Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Political Brown Kid here, back with another Hollywood in black and white. This time I'm going to focus on a Netflix series. It's an original Netflix series that they produced and developed. And I told y'all about Netflix. I tried to tell y'all, I keep telling y'all, like I told y'all about Bill Maher, I'm telling you about Netflix. They do some, as far as the casting for blacks, African Americans, Nubians, whatever you want to go by, they do some good things. Don't get it twisted, but I think they fall into that typical white pattern. It's really white ignorance, where they're trying to solve their issue, but they're not solving ours. And again, I want y'all to check out what I wrote, that racism is not black people's issue, because it explicitly explains how they're trying to fight and control their narrative and solve their issue, but they're trying to make their issue also your issue. They're trying to say that racism is everybody's issue. When I say they, I'm talking about Caucasians. I'm talking about the Europeans. They're basically trying to say, let's all solve racism together. No, we don't need to solve racism. What black people need to solve is perceived inferiority and implied inferiority, or or should I say actual inferiority. And one of the biggest things, again, too, and I tie this into my other videos, is what black people need to understand is the media, the military, and your legislative governing bodies, your municipalities. Those are the three things that you need to control. And we don't control them here in America. I can't speak for you other people in other countries that are listening, but we don't control that here. And so sometimes, even though the data may not suggest it, and I know it was mentioned on a few other people's channels, black on black and black love, it exists. It exists in everyday America, middle class, upper class, lower class. It exists throughout the socioeconomic platforms. But when all you see on television is a black man with a white woman, and you rarely see that now, they're really pushing the white woman with the black man, the light skinned woman with the white man, with white kids. They're pushing this narrative. And that's controlling the media. So it gives you a perception, again, that's the perceived inferiority, that that's the way that you should go. I need to be, in order for me to make it and have a healthy, constructive household, I need to date other people outside my race. And black people, we're not there yet. I'm not against it. I am against it for us for now, because we're not at that point where we can love other people because we don't love ourselves yet. And again, there's a continuous theme with all of these television shows: male castration, the homosexuality or the homosexualization of blacks, and they show white people in a different light. So this Ozark thing is going to be real short. When you look at that television show, if anyone has ever watched Ozark, and I'm going to try to keep the spoiler alerts down, but it's going to be impossible. And I try not to rate the show, but I will say Ozark was a good show, and I watched it through and through, all 3 or 5 seasons that they had. But again, let's do a compare and contrast. You look at Marty Byrde and his family. Once again, when you look at the white characters, the lead, Jason Bateman and his family, when you look at their family, the Byrdes, there's the white nuclear family that they show you. They show you a white male with a white female with white children. How dysfunctional that family is, and if you've seen the show, you know there's a lot of dysfunction there. A lot of not raising your children, not teaching good values there. No, not values between any of them. But they show you the nuclear family being there, even though some of the other whites in those shows didn't have that. But again, they get the balance. They may get the non-nuclear family, but they also get the nuclear family, so they can see that. And again, when you look at Ozark, you see the white nuclear family. You see a father figure in the home, married to his wife, married to the children of his, married to the mother of his children, and they're raising their children in this household. Regardless of the dysfunctionality, you see the nuclear family. Now let's look in season 1. And again, spoiler alert coming. There's, or was it season 2? Probably season 2, but it came later on. You see there's a black FBI agent that pops up, a black male FBI agent. Comes to find out he is a homosexual in a relationship, I think, with the white FBI agent. And I'm not going to explain or say what their, storylines are, but in those relationships for the episodes that they were there, you saw a black male, but he's in a homosexual interracial relationship. And again, for all those people out there, because LGBTQ plus, oh, I don't know what y'all letters, y'all done took so many letters that I can't say it anymore. But no one's really against homosexuality. If that's your thing, that's your thing. My problem is there's no balance when you show black people on television. We're all homosexuals. Look at P-Valley. Look at all, we can name 1,000 shows. We can go down the list. But I'm just focusing on Ozark right now, so I'll try to stay focused. Again, black male in a homosexual interracial relationship for the time that he was in the show. Let's take it even a step further. Once that, because they're not going to have too many black people on the show, so once that individual leaves the show, later on towards the end in the final 2 seasons, now a black female FBI agent pops up on the scene. She's pregnant, but there's no father around. This black female FBI agent is pregnant, and they even show her in her home living with her mother or interacting. I don't know if she lives with, I shouldn't make that assumption, but she's with her mother. And it's just her mother. They don't even show the mother with a man, with a black male. So it's this black single FBI agent, pregnant, no father figure or no mate around. So there's no nuclear family. As she's navigating through the final 2 seasons, what else do you see? Now you can kind of see this, I shouldn't say love, but you can kind of feel something brewing between her and this other white character. Because now she has the baby's there. It's evident that I think the father is a black male, because they always like to pull that too. But again, here she is. She has the baby. So how does this one? So she just basically just got pregnant, and so they're assuming that the black male just left her. He just got her pregnant, impregnated her, and left her. And so now she has this brand new newborn baby, and now you can kind of feel her getting into this kind of interaction and caring for this other white male throughout the show, or throughout the time that she was on the show. But that's really it. There's no other thing to really talk about in regards to this show. It's just how they show a white nuclear family together, and they show when black people are on there. Again, you have the few blacks that are on there. They have the homosexual, and then they have the single black mother that always eventually falls for the white male. Drop your thoughts in if you've seen Ozark, if you've seen anything else that I left off. Of course, there was another black teenager that was in the show earlier on, and he kind of had a little love interest with Marty Bird's daughter. Or you could feel something brewing there. But again, he can't be in love with the black female. They never show you black on black love on television. So I'm going to try to keep this video short. Again, if you have any comments on Hollywood in black and white on this Ozark assessment, please drop it in the comment section. Also, please like and subscribe, because I want you to be able to check out all of the content that I'm dropping. But I also want to proliferate this so that more people are hearing, because we need to bring awareness to just better treatment and respect for black people in the media, for black lives and not even just in the media, just in reality as well. But we need those perceptions. We need to have good perceptions and good representation. And we don't need to have misguided agendas where we're trying to solve white people's issue, which is racism, when we need to be solving our issue, which is empowerment and developing a good psychological mindset, getting rid of the perception that, we need white mates in order to survive and in order to be happy, and that we need to embrace, these alternative lifestyles. So this is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.